Hi, I'm Rachel Whitefield, certified life coach, and with me is Jackie Black, our resident slumber party sidekick. Thank you for joining us on another fabulous episode of Whiskey Bent
Spellbound with Black
and Whitefield. Jackie, I think we found a happy compromise for our intro.
I think we did too. I'm so glad we discovered that while I was over there.
I believe it is episode 7, so we found a happy compromise instead of talking over each other and getting our cadence out of rhythm. So
I know, I love that. I love that for us.
It found its way to us. So this is very exciting.
Perfect. What are we drinking today, Rachel?
Oh, Jackie, I am so glad you asked. We are switching it up today on the podcast of Whiskey Bent Spellbound. We are drinking a more established whiskey than we have usually featured on the podcast. Today's whiskey of choice is Maker's Mark Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So Jackie and I have both our bottles brand new, never opened. And if I do remember correctly, all of the Maker's Mark labels, the wax seal, are all hand dipped.
I love that.
So
I love that. And then at the distillery, if you do the tour, you can dip your own.
Yeah, which is actually really great. So when, I will not say if, but when we go to the Maker's Mark distillery, we can put our own flair on it. Do you think they'll let me sprinkle a little glitter and like on my wax as it like dries a little bit? I'll never
Listen, I feel like we should bring the glitter.
I'll just pack it with me all the time.
Absolutely. It's in your bag.
Never leave home without it. So yeah, mine is a little bit more of a top dip with some side legs on it, dare I say. Jackie
you do got real long legs.
I got real long legs. Jackie
Mine's got a fat body.
Legs.
Fat body, no legs.
Yeah, fat body, no legs. So we're gonna open. Jackie, what size bottle do you have?
I got a smaller bottle because they were out of the bigger bottles when I went. But I have the 375 milliliter bottle.
Okay, I have the 750 milliliter bottle. Maybe I just have more legs because I have a longer torso on my bottle.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never actually they've always been open whenever I've had Maker's Mark. So I'm really excited. Oh, this is like
so yeah, as we open it, I have noticed something with the Maker's Mark bottle or label that is different than some of the other whiskeys we've had on the podcast, which is Maker's Mark spells whiskey, WHISKY, no E, which hits my eyes a little wrong, but that doesn't mean it's incorrect. So I did a little digging, as one does, as Rachel tends to do.
You love the Google. It was worth the Google.
It was worth the Google because I was like, why is this different? Or what does that mean to be this spelled different in the whiskeys? So what I did notice is that, let me see my notes here. So whiskey with an E refers to grain spirits distilled in Ireland and the United States. Whiskey with no E, such as Maker's Mark here today, refers to Scottish, Canadian, or Japanese grain spirits. However, from the Maker's Mark website, I believe it says, Maker's Mark founder wanted to pay homage to and capitalize on the Scottish heritage of whiskeys. So they're not the only ones with that spelling. However, it's just maybe a throwback, a callback to their lineage and history from where they're from. Oh,
yeah.
This is a screw off. This is not a cork. This is my first bottles of Maker's.
Okay. First of all, that surprised me as well.
I was ready for that like ASMR, like cork pop into the microphone.
So I tried to pull it off. I don't know if you saw me when you were talking. I really tried to pull that thing off and it was not coming off. So let's talk about tasting because we learned a lot about tasting at the Glenfiddich tasting.
First, before.
Oh no, hold on. I apologize. I need to see this ice mold, Rachel. Let's see the ice mold of the week.
Oh, ice mold of the week. Jackie, they are oh so fun. Dare I say. Today we have Millennium Falcon ice molds.
Oh my God. It looks so good.
Yes.
What color?
I put the citrine yellow from Fancy Sprinkles, again, not sponsored, but I just love them so much. And then when we're going to talk about on the episode today here, when you came to visit me, I finally figured out I think the best way to put the glitter in the ice molds for myself,
Mhm.
which is not to fill them up and then just sprinkle the edible glitter into the ice, but to take a teeny tiny paintbrush, to dip it in the glitter, oh so gently, and then to dust it on the inside of my ice molds and then pour the water, because a little goes a long way. And maybe, can't believe I'm about to say this, I might have been putting a little too much glitter into my cocktail. Not that the limit
Don't
does not
say it
exist.
very loud.
I know
Don't
the
say
limit
that
does
very
not
loud.
exist. However, I was just like, there could be a better ratio. The perfect ratio.
Yeah. You figured out the science behind
I
the
did.
perfect glitter ice mold, and I am pretty impressed.
And then, as a backup, we put these in the show notes. I also, with the black onyx glitter, made little Darth Vaders.
Okay, that's fantastic.
So cute. I know.
That
so,
is fantastic.
Darth on standby, Millennium Falcon up at bat in the cup. And these are pretty ice molds of significant size, dare I say. So I had to get a larger cup. So it might be a very fun episode today.
Can't wait.
Here we go. Spirits form the spirit.
Spirit. So like I was saying earlier, just a second ago, we learned a lot at Glenfiddich about how to taste this whiskey. So let's nose the shit out of it. We're going to put our whole mouth and nose into the cup and take a deep old breath.
You know what I loved? We'll talk about it because this episode is talking about the retrospective of Jaki and I being together for a full 7 days, no holds barred.
It was a good time.
Yes. And so we went to a whiskey tasting. So we're taking some of those techniques that we learned at a whiskey tasting. And what I loved most about that is that when they say to not just inhale through the nostrils, but to take a big deep breath in through your mouth, I could taste it. It was
you can immediately taste the oak and the vanilla when you take that big like deep breath in through your mouth.
Specifically maybe to Maker's Mark, but okay, real quick, this citrine glitter is
just it's really pretty. I still have regular ice cubes, and I definitely am drinking my whiskey out of a skeletal claw wine glass,
which is cool.
But don't mind me, there is glitter in this ice, so
I've converted, Jaki. So
I will become glittery over time. So let's take you want to sip it?
Okay, yes.
See what it tastes like.
That's nice.
Oh my gosh, you know what I didn't get? It was that immediate tannic shock.
No.
It's either because we're hella used to drinking whiskey.
I wouldn't give myself that much credit just yet. It's episode 7.
Yet.
However.
Or it's just delicious right off the bat. And again, vanilla with oak.
Yeah, I will say that's very forefront on the taste buds. But this is my first Maker's Mark. Doesn't burn. Maybe it's just the magic of the
it's spicy at the end.
You know, a little spicy at the end.
Yeah, it's really smooth and spicy, and it's like a little warm but not hot. Okay, I really like it.
I see why you.
I see you.
I see you.
I see you.
I see the staple.
I like it.
Yeah,
I freaking like it. Okay.
Yeah, it's time.
Let's get to it. Let's talk about it.
Okay. So, dear listeners, now it's time for the Whiskey Bent Spellbound portion. Okay, so Jaki and our podcast business partner adventures, we've been planning for her to come out here since the beginning of time of Whiskey Bent Spellbound, since Black and White have become Black and White Field.
That's true. Like literally when we became an LLC, shout out to us.
Yep.
You immediately were like, I have points. Get out here. This is when we're going to launch. And you got the ticket, and we've been planning ever since.
And I'm going to put a sidebar here. You guys, I have a Southwest credit card, just an airline credit card that I use as a debit card and pay off all the time. If you guys are not on doing this, it's a great hack because it costs me nothing personally.
Right. And then you
Yeah.
literally travel all the time.
All the time. I went to Disneyland for free, quote unquote, for free on flight.
Girl math.
Girl math. No, I paid to go to Disneyland. However, it makes, I pay it off every time. We can talk about a financial episode as well, but it's just a little life hack that I have that it's like, I'm going to use it anyways. I feel more protected when I online shop, which I do quite a bit. And then, but yeah, it wasn't a financial strain to get my business partner and friend out here so we could actually get down to some business.
Yeah.
So it was fantastic. I was like, hey, no, it doesn't cost me anything. You don't have to pay me back. Like, we're good. I've got the points and they're just sitting there. So join us on the level. Anyways, get a reward.
I love that. Honestly, I love that hack, and I'm excited to get on that bullet train.
Yes, please.
To travel.
Yeah, because we want to, but it's just like, anyways, airfare is a very big expense when you want to travel. And if you can remove that from your budget, might as well. And then you can invite your friends out all the time. And then when I go to Virginia, we'll use it too.
I love that.
Cheers. Okay. Yes. So now we have been planning for Black and Whitefield to be reunited after 25 years.
Is it 25?
23 because we graduated in 2001. So over 20 years.
It has not been 23 years since 2001. That is a silly thing to say.
The math is mathing. The math does check out. However, I might be disgruntled about it.
I'm so mad that you just said that. Because 10 years ago was 1995.
Like 30 years ago was 1970. I know I'm not the only millennial that math is just, it stays there.
It stays there.
Stays there.
Oh my gosh.
Can you believe they let me work for NASA? Ew, can't even math. Can't even math. Okay, so I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one, Jaki, because I live in my space all the time.
You do.
This is brand new information to you, but I will say I live and work alone. And exactly an only child, but I kind of have been,
Yeah, you've been used to being like the only one.
Yeah, I'm just used to being the only one. Plus, I'm the baby. But now you're in my space. You're in my home. You're in my fabulous home.
It was a learning experience. Not in okay, so that actually sounded really bad. It was a learning experience for me in a positive way because I actually have never lived alone. So I loved being in your space and sort of learning like the things that I probably would have learned over time in a matter of 7 days. I'm like, oh yeah, I got to do that. I got to get that. Like, and you have, this is not the ADHD episode, but you have some ADHD life hacks that I am absolutely obsessed with. Obsessed.
And I think we talked about this on the ADHD episode where my life has to be convenient to me. Like,
yeah. So here's the thing. When you said that though, when you said that your life has to be convenient, I was like, I don't know that I grasped the scope of what that actually meant. And let me tell you, I was pretty impressed. I was so impressed by like it's just like little things. Like example, you have a 9-foot charger on both sides of your bed.
Yes.
Not one side.
Because as a lady who lives alone with a king size bed, that I don't want one side to be more slept in than the other. So I rotate which side of the bed I sleep on any given time. I gotta wear that mattress evenly for a lady who lives alone.
Okay.
Sometimes I wake up sideways in my bed. Either also true, but it's all my real estate to do with as I best see fit. So I have very long, only Apple. So Lord help a man who ever brings a non-iPhone into to like stay the night. Cause I'll be like, I'm sorry, I don't have a charger for you. I'm not that convenient to everybody. I'm convenient to me.
Yeah.
But we could charge, we could roll over in bed and joke. Like we were not confined to the end table with the phone.
No, that was fantastic. And so, yeah, those are in my shopping cart in Amazon.
Amazon.
What's another thing? You have ceiling fans in your house. I don't have ceiling fans in my house. I live on the East Coast. There's not a lot of, I don't think there's a lot of those, to be honest, in these types of houses. I live in a Victorian, but I'm gonna have some at some point, and I did used to. And one thing that I used to always do is blind myself while trying to turn on the ceiling fan in the middle of the night, because I would ultimately grab the light cord and just fall out, ruin my whole life. You have a little light bulb and a little actual little fan hanging from extra long pull cords on your fan. And like the way I didn't even think about the convenience of that, I could have saved my eyesight with some of those. Amazon too, right?
My whole life is amazing.
I know.
Like
listeners, eventually we will have an Amazon, what is it called? I don't know.
Their associates account with just Rachel's lifestyle, like shop my apartment kind of thing, because it's really fabulous. And like
it is.
I struggle.
It will have
company being so big, but I do like for the convenience. So it is.
Yeah.
I am split-minded, but I still am a Prime member 1,000%. I'm not gonna. Yeah. I'm not gonna.
I'm sorry, it's 2023. I don't know what to say. Like I'm gonna keep having my Amazon Prime, but we'll have your vibe and my vibe up there for everybody to shop from. But hers is gonna have all of the ADHD life hacks 100%, and mine's just gonna have ridiculous shit on it.
Yeah.
So
ridiculous shit in my apartment.
Some ridiculous shit.
Some fabulously ridiculous shit.
Yeah, absolutely. You're a maximalist to the nth degree.
The apartment, Casa de Blanca Field.
Right. First of all, it's got a name.
It does have a name, Casa de Blanca Field.
Which I
love. And it is maximalist, Rachael. Not out of spite of myself, but because I love myself so much. And if I ever bring anyone home, I am like, they're going to know who they're fucking with. Like there is no bones about who lives here. And the greatness of her personality.
The
whole thing.
Period.
Personality, full stop. They're going to be like,
period.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Because I think about people from seeing how they live in their, private hours, but
in their space.
In their space, yeah. But I was like, oh no, oh they know. There's no way you could not know.
Your personality exploded on the inside of your apartment, and it's great. There's puzzles everywhere. You have these puzzles that are just absolutely so stunning.
Puzzles, 1,000-piece puzzles glued together. Framed,
mounted by a friend's boyfriend.
Yeah, a friend's boyfriend put them up, because I am not. Precision is not something that really. Maybe that strikes anxiety in the heart of Rachael, but he is a precise man, and so I was like, okay, put them up any way you want.
Do it. And he did. What's another thing? Oh, your lip gloss is everywhere. I made a TikTok about that for everybody to see. Here's the thing about that. After I made the TikTok, I was like, actually smart.
Making fun of me.
I was laughing so hard. I was like, there's pink lip gloss fucking everywhere. They're in the drawers. They're on every surface. And then I got home and I did not have chapstick. And then I went to Walmart and bought like 4 or 5 packages of chapstick. And now there is chapstick in every single room, in every single purse, in my car. Like,
because your life
I have solved. And my life is more convenient.
You're welcome. And it's more, ladies will understand. There's not pockets in everything that you wear.
Yeah. Why? First of all, it's like the most micro piece of fabric. Why don't we have pockets for everything?
However, if I did have pockets and everything, then every time in my washing machine, there would just be a lot of lip glosses getting washed all the time because they would just be in a pocket somewhere.
Oh
So
yeah. Yeah,
with
no,
arm's
that's
reach at any given moment, it is dry. Anyone will tell you I live in a high elevation, well, higher, 6,000 feet elevation,
high.
and it's very dry. I finally broke out the humidifier. Sorry,
Oh
I
my
didn't
goodness.
really hear. Yes, but it's just like no one wants chapped lips. So you be kissable at all
At
moments.
all times. Nobody wants flaky, dry lips. But I loved that. You have a super organized shower, which I did not go on and on about when I was there. But every time I was in your shower, I was like, oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. I love how you have a full set of countertop bathroom accessories, like a soap dish, a cup, all of that stuff. You have one on your counter in the bathroom as well as in the shower. So all of your shit in the shower is so organized that obviously like everything is just in one place. And in my head, I'm thinking, why wouldn't I do this?
Over the sprayer head, the shower head, thing,
yeah, you have like
against the wall.
But it's big. It's like bigger than the regular ones that I've seen. So what I did was I went and bought like suction cubby ones. And they're individual for like all of the stuff that I have in there. So you like so much stuff that I immediately changed when I got home. And then so many things where I was like, okay, these are all that need to go into my shopping cart, because if I do this for myself, and they're tiny changes.
Yeah.
They're not even expensive changes, but they're going to make my life so much easier.
What are fan pulls and phone chargers?
Exactly.
Literally every outlet phone charger in it.
But I'm dragging one phone charger from plug to plug to plug.
Oh, you've reached Rachel's second level of hell. No, absolutely not. Second circle of hell. Just one charger, and then my phone barely charges because I need to use it.
God, dude,
if my
it's
phone
really bad.
Is below 60%, I have anxiety.
The way I let my phone get to 5% all the time. Are you dying?
Yes, okay. One of my best friends here, she sent me a screenshot of her battery because it was at like 2%. And she says, I can hear you to this photo via text. Like she just knows. But maybe that goes into this kind of, because you're leaving something out that I think is very important, but I think it also goes back to when we grew up kind of poor, and having less means I kind of hoard to have more.
Right, you do. You did have a lot of just single eyeliners that you just could not get rid of.
Liquid eyeliners.
There was like 10 of them.
I didn't know, because I was like, they start to like skip a little bit, but I know they're not out. I just gotta, shake them up a little bit. So I'll get another one. And then they just always accumulate. And I was like, well, there's a little bit in everything, so I can't throw it out. I'm going to use it. I didn't. I just bought a new one. I threw them all out. You I only have one.
Because I was like, what are you doing with these in here, Rachel? Why do you need 72? But that's okay, because I have right now under my sink 5 bottles of shampoo that are just close to being empty, but aren't. They are not. And they're all different brands, so I can't consolidate.
What I have been doing, so we went to Ulta and we spent a pretty penny each.
It was pretty fun.
We did get those little makeup scrapers. And I have been using that, and I've been consolidating, Jacqueline. You would be so proud of me.
Oh my goodness. I've been using that too. I've been using it just to extend the life of my stuff. I'm so glad we got those.
Yeah.
So
get the little package of scrapers. It's absolutely
But the whole time I'm so being in your space, I was like, I was like hyper conscious that I was in your space. So I was like, I don't want her to get tired of me the whole time.
You have the largest one bedroom in this complex, and
it's real spacious.
And yes, 900 square feet. It is a night with a little office that I'm in.
Yeah.
Little balcony,
Yeah.
plenty of space for maximalist Rachael for artwork that I have created myself. Back to the puzzles. I have done every single one of those puzzles. So yeah, I have done all the art as a project in my apartment. However, yeah, and there's plenty of wall space to put it up. So yeah, so it is a sizable apartment, but it is a 1-bedroom. There's not and it's just a big square. There's not a lot of places to go. It is very open with a bedroom and a bathroom.
Yeah.
So there's no place to go when you're in it. Like the apartment is 3 rooms. So it's a really big,
and it's kind of a circle.
It's a big circle. It's a big loop.
Yeah.
So I was, it didn't. When I invited you out, as someone who lives and works alone and does like their alone time, shall I say? So it's, excuse me. It didn't occur to me until I picked you up. It didn't even occur to me the whole time that we had your trip out here, or to just invite you out for a week. That I was like, well, what if I get sick of her? What if I need my own space? It didn't even occur to me. And then it did occur to me when I picked you up to be like, oh, like we haven't seen each other in over 20 years. We're all kind of getting set in our ways. Is this going to be as fun as I think it's going to be? It absolutely fucking was.
And then it was a fucking blast.
I was like, why would we need anything more? Like I was not sick of you. I love you so much. We slept in the same bed. Like, we were together. We are
the whole time.
We're at the kitchen table. I'm at my office. We are working together.
Yep.
We are together. There's no escape.
There really wasn't. We had some hilarious times doing literally everything together. Staying up late and like talking in your bed in the dark, like kids.
And giggling. And we're like, it's so late. But it was just like, no, I just was like, I need to tell me about all the boys you made out with in high school. Like,
yeah.
It was just so much fun. Just even when we took like a night off to just watch TV and kind of chill out and cook, it was just really nice. Like, the companionship, I didn't think I would like it so much, and I very much did, but I think that's because it's you, not just like
keep going some more.
You stop it some more. I love
it. Felt like, I never got to go to college. You never got to go to college, like have a college experience. Well, I'm in college, and you have
all like degrees, but I have no college experience whatsoever.
Yeah, but neither of us got like a traditional college experience. And that's kind of what this felt like. Like I had a little roomie.
We got to play in each other's wardrobes. We got to dress up. We got to go out together.
Yeah, we glammed.
TikToks together and outfit
that was so fun.
Changes. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. This is what I told Jaki. I said, listen, overpack. I'm an overpacker. You're flying on Southwest. You get 2 bags free. Shout out to Southwest for the overpackers. So I said, I have hair, shower stuff. Like, don't pack anything that I would have a double of unless you are like, don't pack your blow dryer. The hotel has one. Don't pack. I have curling irons. If you need a certain one, bring your favorite. However, I've got plenty of stuff here. Right. And you said, okay. And you still brought the 2 bags, and you said, but there's 3 pairs of Doc Martens in there. Even though
there sure was.
Said there's plenty of here. We are similar sizes, shoe size fits, everything's great. You got 3 pairs of Doc Martens. Something that rubbed off on me from you is I am in the market. I actually do not buy these online. I will go to the store and I am looking for
to try them on.
A traditional original pair of just Doc Martens. Black.
Yep. Yep. You got to get the soft leather ones like I have, the ones that you borrowed.
Yeah. And I wore them to Red Rocks where we climbed all of the fucking stairs.
Oh
And
my God.
Rachael never really wears a sensible shoe. I will say that's the thing. It's not that they're unsensible. It's not wear heels. I just either wear like flip flops or Uggs, you know. And it's Colorado, you really have to have a more sensible winter shoe. I've been for 5 years. I'm really late to the party. So I was like,
Wow.
Zooptaloo, I have found it. So I was like, okay, I need this now. That's the next shopping endeavor mission.
You got to go to Journeys.
Journeys, good to know.
That's where you're gonna get them. I personally am currently actively talking myself out of thigh-high rhinestone boots.
Yes.
The way I walked into your closet, you guys, I looked at these boots and I said, like that. And she was like, what? And I
already
pulled
showed you all my beautiful dresses.
Yeah, you had no idea. And I pulled them out. Did I say way to bury the lead?
I think
Did I say that?
They are, let me paint a picture.
Stunning.
They are
paint that picture.
They are over the knee. It's an Aurora sort of rhinestone. They also come in like silver rhinestones if anyone wanted it, but I wanted a more subtle thigh-high rhinestone boot, if you can believe it or not. And
I wanted more subtle than Aurora. It's like a pink blue rhinestone.
Like, yes, and the darker the night got, because I wore them to my 39th birthday. The darker the night got, that's the more beautiful they got, because let's talk about science. Light wavelengths, you know, I don't know, I can't even talk. It's the whiskey. It's so good. But anyway,
light wavelengths, and I was like, she's going really sciencey right now.
And anyways, just the more subtle the night. They look red, they look purple, they look blue. They match everything.
I want them so bad. Do I need them? Absolutely not. Am I going to wear them anywhere in my town of 20,000 people? There is only 20,000 people in my town. Where am I wearing those boots? The minute I walk outside in them, people are going to be very concerned.
But toe to thigh rhinestones.
Stunning. I dream about them. I've dreamed about them.
Because I am that person that will buy such an item for just one night of my life.
For one thing.
Honestly,
those
worth it.
I just want to have them to have them. I don't even I have shoes that I just have. Like, why do I have so many pairs of stripper shoes? They never get worn.
I can't wait to go to your place and actually see it all. Ooh, Jaki.
What?
I cooked for you.
You did cook for me, and this is going to be an episode, so we can't say too much.
I cooked for you twice. I cooked you breakfast.
You did.
And I cooked you dinner.
You sure did. She treats me good, y'all. Cooked for me. Love that. That's what I'm talking. That's friends right there. Like,
I can only cook 3 things, and I cooked you 2 of them. So Rachael comes out swinging with her A game.
Wait, hold on.
I can only go down.
You cooked me 3 things, actually.
Okay.
You cooked me the eggs, which, what are those called? Eggs and soldiers. Very English breakfast.
Like dippy and eggs, which like
dippy and eggs. My sister, who's in England, she was like, "Oh, those are soldiers and eggs, or eggs and soldiers, or whatever." Like, and I was like, "Yeah, that's what they were." I personally feel like a wicked stepsister when I eat them, because it reminds me of the movie Ever After, when the girl is like, "I ordered 2 3-minute eggs. These are 3 2-minute eggs. Take them back." And like,
yes,
I don't know why I think of that scene when I think of these eggs, but what I did immediately upon getting home was get myself a little egg holders.
She got herself egg holders. Audience, listeners, when I say I treat her right, I broke out the Le Creuset egg cups.
Girl.
I did, and made her the fanciest eggs. It's a holdover from being married to the limey.
Yep.
English holdover, and I love it. I only absorb the good things.
Well, they're faster than a lot of the egg dishes that I make for breakfast.
And when you say 3-minute eggs, I'm going to say, listeners at high altitude, don't make the mistake I did. You have to boil them, soft boiled eggs, 4 minutes at altitude.
Right. Yeah.
Jaki, that's science for you, because I don't understand the science. I still have to Google it to figure it out because it still boggles my mind. However, air pressure. Either way, Jaki's eggs are 4 minutes. My eggs are 4 minutes. Mm-hmm.
Well, I have these cute little eggs. Your Le Creuset, they don't have little feet on them. So I don't know. I don't know whose are better, but mine have feet.
Standards to uphold.
Mine have feet. So, but I'm really excited. I just got these today, so I'm so excited to make myself some dippy and eggs.
Yes.
I'm so excited to make myself those. They're so good. You know what's really funny is that we were having such a good time filming and being around each other that when we were filming, we got so far into it, so deep into it, that we just didn't even do tarot readings. We forgot Spellbound.
On the Whiskey Bent Spellbound, we were drinking mimosas and forgetting spellbinding.
Completely.
We branch out. We're equal opportunity drinking enthusiasts here on the podcast.
Listen, while we were together, we were just getting fucked up and laughing. It was a good time.
Jaki, what did I call it? I said, this is a sweet spot. This is everything.
It really is. It'll be even sweeter when we're on a yacht. Clinkies.
USS Spellbound. Clinkies. Yeah, because my life as an unmarried, child-free woman, I know when I look back at whatever the next chapter of my life will be, I will look back at this time and be like, man, I really had
that was sick. Yeah.
Like, I am loving my life.
You're really living
my best life. And here's the thing, sometimes when you look back, you realize, man, I really had it good and I didn't even know. No. I know that I have it right now. And future chapters of my life make me as happy as I am right now.
I love that. I do.
Friends come in for a week, and then I'm like, it's like, we were literally like, should you just move here?
Girl,
I know but just move here.
I'm gonna have a summer house in Colorado. I swear.
I swear to God.
I swear to God.
The voices.
Oh my God. I kept talking like this. Listen, here's what happened is
I thought you were making fun because the joke is, and we'll probably have them on at least one on the podcast.
Del and Diane.
What do they do?
Listen, Del and Diane are my parents, all right? And Del and Diane are still married after 44 years or some shit like that. I don't know. But Del drinks and Diane yells. And when Diane talks, this is how I hear her. And I don't know why I do this accent whenever I impersonate my mom.
She doesn't sound like that.
She's from East LA. She's a little Chicana chick from East LA.
But the point is, you are making an impersonation of Big Ange.
Big Ange from Mob Wives, R.I.P.
I didn't know who Big Ange was. I hardly watch any TV. I have no idea pop culture. That's why I know I'm getting older. It's leaving me behind. I cannot keep up. But you
were just from the early 2010s, though.
You kept still,
yeah,
same boat. Still, this time goes. Yeah. So you are saying the same thing over and over again. This quote from Big Ange, which
I'm seeing a new man.
Because I have no reference to this. I think she's just saying something that Diane, her mom, has said to her forever and ever, which is really funny, which my mind was blown that Diane has nothing to do with.
Why would Diane say that, Jaki? For our listeners, Big Ange says, I'm dating a new man. He just got out of prison. 28 years he did for murder. And then her son goes, doesn't make him a bad guy. No, it doesn't. He's going to buy me a puppy. And I said that twice before she was like,
I said, what is that?
What is it? When did Diane say that, Jaki? It was like,
Diane? I don't know. So there's no contextual clues. I have no idea what's going on. I can only try and piece it together. So me trying to put the puzzle together is my only reference is Diane, because you make Diane have the same voice as Big Ange.
Yeah. I don't know
So
why.
I didn't know, but I didn't have a Big Ange reference. So
And it's
it
really
took
funny too.
it took me 10 days to stop using that accent. 10 days.
Before you were like,
Hours.
stop saying he's buying me a puppy.
Buying me a puppy. I can't do it. Oh my God, I can't do it. Anyways.
It's good. I love
I
that.
know.
I
I know.
love that accent.
Yeah.
It's my favorite one. And it's really funny because my mom is like, I don't understand why you always make me have that freaking accent, Jaki. That's not how I talk. And I'm like, well, that's how I hear you. So I don't know what to tell you. And
It's a cross between Big Ange and Linda Belcher.
Yeah. I'm a theater mom.
Theater mom.
This is my seance wine. Let me have another sip of my seance wine.
It was in your great skull hand metacarpal cup. Forgive me. Where's my biology? I will say, you're talking about the takeaways from my apartment. I will say the takeaways that I have picked up outside of the Doc Martens of Jaki living with week. Jacqueline automates everything.
Yeah.
She leverages that AI like she's going to be its overlord when Judgment Day happens. When Skynet becomes self-aware, Jaki will run it.
It's gonna come ask me for permission. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I need to do that because I have been doing everything really old-fashioned, or I just don't realize. I was like, oh my God. So I'm jumping on the AI train. I'm not sorry about it.
Listeners, my biggest advice when it comes to that AI is that if you're looking for a job, put your resume and the job description in the AI and request the AI match your resume skills to the job description, because that HR is also using AI to find you via those keywords. So that's one way to do it. There's AI for everything too. There's AI for Excel spreadsheets. There's AI for notes. There's AI for everything.
Sheets. I need.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, I'm going to sign up for everything now. I'm done.
I know.
I'm resigned and I'm happy to sign up. I do not care. It is
sometimes
smarter, not harder. I have got a big girl job on a government contract with NASA. I'm going to say, you guys, I'm going to say it every chance I get because I don't know when I'm going to be able to say I work for NASA all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
she's always afraid that I'm going to get fired. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
You're going to have an imposter syndrome episode.
Let's do it because I got it too, sis.
I was really into it today. I feel much better. It happens. It's real.
Yep.
I feel out of my depth often. I've been there a year. You got like it's fine. It's fine.
She's totally fine.
Anyways, I'm going to say it as often as I can. So
say it, sister.
I'm just going to live in that power. Yeah. So it's just like, I'm going to, I don't know what my point was. I was just going to say, anyways, I'm going to say I work for NASA.
ADHD.
I forgot.
You were talking about AI.
Yeah.
I use it all the time, actually, for my job as well. Like I write emails with it.
I know what it is. It's the fact, it's like we were talking about work smarter, not harder. I have a big girl corporate job, NASA. And then I also have this business, which takes a fair amount of my spare time, which I love. And life coaching, all of that. So it's more of, I have a personal assistant before we can afford a personal assistant.
That's exactly right. Leverage.
So the amount of brain power that it has opened up and allowed me to be more creative, to do those kind of mundane other things.
Yep.
Priceless, worth it. It allows me to be better at the outlets that I want to be great at.
Yeah. I love it. It's my, as soon as I had that technology at my fingertips, I was like, forget about it.
I need this always. Oh, yes. I enjoyed our time. Okay, let's go through the days. I even remember because it's been a little while. I went to Disneyland in the meantime after you left. So October was out of control for me, but let's talk about the agenda of when you were here. Wall to wall, packed to the gills.
We were doing shit the entire time and together, like for every single step of it. I think maybe you went to the mailbox without me.
Yeah, no, I think no, because I did take you to the mailbox because you're like, oh,
You picked up
why did it
Deadpool.
take so long to go to your mailbox? I said, oh, because it is actually a mailbox service, not just in my complex.
Yeah. It's like a PO box.
You actually saw it.
The only time I know what it was, the only time that we were apart is when you went to go pick up Deadpool.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Because we need a little alone time. I get it. You know.
You were like, let me go get this man's. And I was like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
But he's great.
Mm-hmm.
He helped us with our TikToks and stuff, which I love.
Good. It's good to have a cameraman around.
Oh, it was.
Let's see. Yeah. So we were drinking for Jesus the first day with our fancy eggs. We went to the dispensary.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Colorado, shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, that dispensary just made my entire life. The strains that you guys have in Colorado are fantastic and wonderful and strong.
Wrong. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I was so happy.
Then we went to the shout out to Bubbles, the fizzy bubble here, the fancy liquor store. So we got champagne. Yeah. And then we came home, fancy eggs, drinking for Jesus.
On a Sunday.
What I remember, I don't remember exactly. Okay, so I know that we got dressed up and went to a Glenfiddich whiskey tasting down.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. We learned a lot.
I think we could save that, however, because we're a little into the episode. However, great education.
Yes.
Up for success for Whiskey Bent Spellbound. We went and saw I Love Him. And it was very interesting to see Jaki fall in love in real time. We went to Red Rocks and we saw Hosier play at Red Rocks.
We did. I didn't know. First of all, I know Take Me to Church, I worship like a dog, the shrine of your lies. I know that song. And then I think there's one on the radio right now that I recognized when he played it, but y'all, this man came on the entire audience. Was I expecting I thought this was just like an old country man, like a billy goat. I was thinking a billy goat man was going to walk on this stage and he was going to sing. He was just going to have a beautiful voice. No offense to Ed Sheeran, but Ed Sheeran-esque is what I was picturing in my head facially.
Wow. Yeah. But I will say, and she said, did you know how fine this man was? And I said, I didn't aware of his face. They had the sexy camera side angle on him the whole time.
His profile, forget about it. But he came on stage and they did this zoom into his face. And let me tell you, the audience of this concert was a vast majority of lesbian couples, which was so fun. And they were all around us.
I haven't thought we were together because we were just besties.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fine.
So Jaki, may I? So he comes on and she is like,
I yelled,
oh my God. And then she's like, he is so fine. And then the lesbian couples in front of us are just turning around and laughing at her. And then Jaki goes up to sit to them and she's like, did you know how fine he is? Like, did you know? I was like,
did you all know how fine he was? And nobody told me that this man was visually magnificent and 6'6".
I'm going to say that's your fault because I told you I had Hosier tickets at Red Rocks. And you're like, okay, I'm just going to go to Red Rocks for this weird experience that my bestie Rachael is going to take me to. I'm just going to go.
Yeah, no, right. The way that was the best date of my life, first of all.
And when we say, ladies, you need to date your friends, I mean, like platonically, you need to take your girlfriend out on a date for girls' night, whatever. So, you set the bar for how they're going to be treated. Because in a previous episode, number one, I believe. You talked about a shitty picnic date that you went on.
That's right.
That he did not bring snacks. He was unprepared. He just literally met you at a park.
With a sack.
And so I brought a blanket. And then,
Oh,
okay, also shout out to our
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, because they were selling sandwiches outside. They're so smart. Outside of the Red Rocks.
venue.
And so we're just like, man, like we had been partaking in the Colorado activities from the dispensary. So I was like, oh, the munchies were real. So then we hit up this Chick-fil-A van. And so I was like, I spread out the blanket on the side.
In the parking lot, you guys. She spread out the blanket.
I was like, let me get that for you.
Yep.
You know, let me put down a sweater. But also Jaki treated me right. She stood in the merchandise line and bought me my hoodie so I didn't have to stand in line.
That's right.
And she sent me pictures and she says, what do you want?
Which one you want?
She got me, I got her. That is it. So I was like, I took her on a better park date platonically than a date did. And now like the bar is set. And
the bar is so set. I don't take me on a date unless you're taking me to a whiskey tasting, unless you're taking me to a concert, unless you're like my friends date me better than any man has ever dated me. And that actually, I love the idea of just us women literally dating each other platonically. Like, I planned this, I made the reservations, you wear this, we're going to meet at this time. And then back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so important.
Because this whiskey tasting was showing up the week that you were here, and I was on the mailing list, and I was like, I made us reservations.
Yep.
Let me know what you're going to wear and I'll match you.
Yep.
Yep.
And we had a great time.
Yep. I feel like we're really leaving out so much stuff that we did, because it was we had girls' night dinner. Not girl dinner, girls' night dinner.
Yeah. We had some fabulous Italian food for a ladies' night dinner.
I'm gonna tell
and we shut that place down. We were the last people to leave. We were there for hours.
Shout out. We're gonna do so many shout outs for me. So shout out to the Old Stone Church in Castle Rock, Colorado, because it is an old church that's been turned into a restaurant. And there are like stained glass everywhere. So my besties here, I always say, do you want to go to church and take communion? Meaning, do you want to go to dinner and have wine? And they have a little confessional booth. And then there's like, for parties up at the top, there's like where the choir used to like be above everybody. So they have a party there, but you can have a little private booth in the confessional.
Yeah, and that's a party of two for the confessional.
That is a party of two for sure. So I have yet to eat dinner in the confessional. I haven't needed to go there. But I do like going to church and taking communion. That's the only church I go to now. But yeah,
it was so good. That was real Italian food. It was filling. It was delicious. And then I ate exactly half and saved it for the next day too.
And you know what is even better? This is kismet. Little ring-a-ding-ding. We had wine. It was called Spellbound.
We did. I forgot.
Yes. So, Jaki, I think that's a good rundown. Takeaways, ladies. Go see your besties. Go date them platonically. Show them how it should be, and that they don't accept anything less than the best. That's what I'm gonna say.
Love it.
It was 23 years. It was like nothing. No time had passed.
It really was. It was like, oh, I missed you. You've been gone for a couple of months. Like,
I see your face literally every day, and I was like, oh, I just get to see your body. Like, I get to see you now. Like,
here you are in person. Here you are. Oh, I showed you my boob job, which is too much information, but I've had one, and so she got to see him. And were you impressed?
Yeah, she said, do you want to see him? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, do you want to see mine? I was like, might as well just show her.
Let's show each other our boobs.
Natural baby. Yeah.
Such a teenager like thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
I think you have a really good set naturally. So I am like, no one's been seeing them recently. So it's just like, then I need to show them off. Just kidding. Just kidding.
need to show them off.
All right. So that is the whiskey bent portion. And now Jaki is going to do a 3-card tarot pool to take us into the spellbound portion of the podcast.
I am. So while you were chatting, I pulled my 3 cards, but I want to talk a little bit to our listeners because I had a couple of people reach out to me regarding tarot and like, how do I get started? And the question actually was how do I become a witch? And for the ladies out there,
because I don't know.
Yeah, well, see, here's the biggest secret that I think that people women don't understand is that you already are one.
You already have that magic inside of you. That's what
I actually are the most powerful manifester on the planet. Women have a natural ability to manipulate energy. We do it with our bodies. When we create a baby, we have a uterus, a womb. It's connected directly to the moon.
I'm going to say you showed up at the airport. You're wearing a sweatshirt.
It said 1692. They missed one.
They missed one. She showed up and her full chest.
Oh. So yeah. With my witchy self, I'm leaning into it. I've been leaning into it for a few years, but like I'm finally like discovering myself. But if you feel the call to read the cards, if you feel the call to do to perform the traditions, to do the rituals, to do the do them. You are a witch. You are one naturally, and that's why they went after us, quite frankly, females. That's why they keep going after us, because they know exactly how powerful we are.
They're afraid.
And like when we get together, we're even more powerful, especially if we have intentions, which I found a quote when it comes to like friendship. I don't know if you saw it yet, but to me, it reminds me of like why it's important to have friends who inspire you. It's find a group of people who challenge and inspire you, spend a lot of time with them, and it will change your life. And that's by Amy Poehler.
I have read her book. I love her very much.
Yeah, I love her. Okay, so the first card.
Yes.
First card is the Knight of Swords, but it's upside down. So typically the Knight of Swords is a reckless hero and represents the lack of preparation. But when it's upside down, it's opposite. So it has a lot to do with how prepared or like what kind of planning we put into our lives, which is really funny because we started out the show talking about how we were planning me going out there because we were planning on starting a podcast.
From the beginning, and dare I say, not reckless, but reckless abandon.
Yeah.
We
were just balls to the wall.
Yes.
Like, let's do it. And again, listeners, I'm still a novice card reader, so I don't have all the cards memorized, but don't be afraid to read the cards. If you feel a pull, I promise you will know it's a pull because you're going to be like, I want those cards.
Jacqueline, I'm a novice whiskey drinker. We are here in it together. There is nothing wrong. I don't know. There's a great creator that I follow on Instagram or TikTok, but it's just like, you're worth the time it takes to learn a new skill. Shout out to Mercury Stardust.
Yeah. So the second one is the 10 of Swords. When it's upright, this is upside down as well. When it's upright, it has to do with defeat and loss. But again, we're talking about the opposite. So we're winning. Yes. We're not losing. It has to do with like illness. We're literally the opposite of this card, which is why like it came out upside down. Like we're killing it. Our friendship is killing it. And this like you can have this can go for the readers. So if you're like in a situation, or the listeners, readers, like we're a book, if you're in a situation where you don't know what's about to happen next, it could be at work, it could be in your life, it could be in a relationship, like with a friend, because we're talking about friendship, and typically the cards pull in sync with what we are talking about on the show. But like, you're prepared, you know what you're going to do. So be confident in that. You're not going to lose. This is going to be a situation that is going to be super good for you. Reach to the people that you know you can lean on when it comes to whatever situation that you're in right now, and they're probably going to be the family that you chose. And I don't know why I want to say that. And then finally we have, let's see, this is the Emperor. The Emperor has to do with rule of law and governance and wise advice and leadership. It's a very masculine card, though, as well, because it has to do with fatherhood. But I think that we can read into that in that we're like really standing in our power and becoming leaders in our own lives. Right. So let's just lean on the people that we know we have in our corner, because we are prepared to win and stand in that power. And while we're in touch with our feminine side, Rachael, I think this really speaks to you and me. We really have a lot of masculine energy that we lean into because we're so driven. You know what I'm saying? So I think that really has to do with a lot of us, about us. I love that draw.
That is a good draw. And I love that you, because I am learning about tarot as well. I feel led by numbers, or they feel right, but maybe I'm just not leaning into that witchiness, or haven't acknowledged it yet, but it's there.
Yeah, listen to your gut, because your gut is your power, you guys. That's where your superpower comes from. Ladies, our intuition is an actual power. Follow it. Yes. Especially if it seems scary. Follow the intuition. That's my advice. You want to become a witch? Know that you are one.
You are one. You don't need to be a card carrying member. You just aren't.
You don't have to have any witch give you permission to be a witch.
You don't need a witch to make another witch. This is not knighthood.
Tis not.
There are enough seats at the table,
especially in the witch's coven.
1000%. Oh, Jacqueline Bouvier Kennedy Onassis, what a fantastic episode. Oh, well,
I love it.
Well, cheers to you, darling.
Clinkies, glittery clinkies. Shout out to Maker's Mark, and of course, Fancy Sprinkles.
Fancy Sprinkles, but also the Millennium Falcons. There's such a dense ice mold that I just had to keep adding whiskey to my cup.
Which means you've had a great time this evening.
I have had a fantastic time on today's episode. So with that, thank you for joining us for another fabulous episode of Whiskey Bent and
Spellbound with Black
and Whitefield.
Love you. Bye.